Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. So this is gonna be kind of like a podcast slash update, I guess. I'm sorry if you hear in the background. That's actually my furnace has just kicked on just in time for me to record this. Perfect, right? Hopefully it'll kick off soon. But I guess that's kind of the just the way it goes, considering it is still so cold here that it's not even funny. Even though it's still cold here, I've definitely got some things blooming in the garden still. I have, some really nice hyacinths and these blue anemones. I planted two types of anemones last year. These Mr. Fokker anemones, which are the blue ones, and I also planted sylphide, which are not blooming very much for some reason. Don't know. The tulips also are starting to bloom now. I have these Darwin apricot impressions. And I really like these in combination with the blues together. I think it would be just so cool to have just a big flower bed with these blues and the pinks. Be really cool. I planted a lot of other tulips last year, but they haven't come up, and I don't know why. I'm thinking either the squirrels or something have really gotten into them and eaten a lot of them, perhaps. I don't know. The weather here has just been so ridiculous. It's just been this constant cycle of it's cold, it's raining, it's raining, it's raining, it's raining, and then the weather might be good for a day. It might get up to, I don't know, 60 something or low 70s, and it'd be like, okay, it's finally spring. But, then the next 2 days, it just changes over immediately and it goes back to snow, and then it snows on the flowers, and then it's cold again, and then it's in the 20s, and it's like 24, and I'm rushing out to the winter sewing bottles to cover the winter sewing bottles because I don't, I've been pampering these winter sewing bottles for so long now. Usually by this time I can just kind of leave the winter sewing bottles open, at least the things that are cold tolerant, and not have to worry about them. Our tomatoes and peppers in the winter sewing bottles are still alive, but they don't really look the greatest. I've made sure to keep them covered up because it has been so cold and just so, out there. But I don't know. I just sometimes it just feels like the weather is never going to change. I don't really do anything about it except for just kind of go with the flow, and then eventually, hopefully, things will begin to brighten up and warm up and all that good stuff. There's also, I wanted to talk about real quick some changes to the channel. You might notice in the last couple days I haven't really updated the channel very often in the past week or so. I think I'm just going to go with a format change. I think most of my videos now are going to be over 10 minutes long, and there's not going to be as many videos. It's just, for a lot of people, YouTube has been doing this thing where it decides what videos it wants to notify you about based on how many you upload and all kinds of stuff, because it thinks I'm like spamming you guys with videos, which I guess, I mean, the winter sewing videos, I guess I was kind of spamming you guys with videos. So that's why one of those videos, I think, I can't remember which one, I think only had like 10 views, and I'm just like, well, that was pointless, I guess. So, all the videos are going to be like 10 minutes or close to 10 minutes now, and there's probably going to be an extra ad in there, just being honest with y'all, because it is what it is. So maybe I'm going to aim for maybe one video a week, maybe 2 videos a week. It just really just depends, I guess. I don't know. And also, if you are subscribed to the channel, I guess be sure to hit that little bell. That way you will for sure know when I upload a video. On a test, one thing that I did is I subscribed to my own channel from my personal account, and as it turns out, when I upload a video, sometimes it took as much as 35 minutes before the video even showed up in the subscriptions feed. So if you do want to see more videos, be sure to hit that bell next to the subscribe button so it'll tell you right away, I guess. There are absolutely loads of things out in the yard that I'm going to be transplanting soon, eventually, as soon as I can, I guess. Things like the lettuce and the snapdragons. The snapdragons, I'm telling you guys, I always joke, like, people say snapdragons are so easy to grow, but I have never yet successfully grown tall, beautiful snapdragons. And that is my thing. Like, the seedlings this year are so gorgeous. They are so big. They're huge. And if I can't be successful this year, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to just give up or something, because these things are absolutely just seriously gorgeous. So hopefully that'll be our year for this. Really just focusing on transplanting the things that are cold tolerant. I've got tons of lettuce and kale and collards and broccoli and cauliflower, and even things that need to be direct sowed, like carrots and beets, that need to go into the garden, but I can't because it's been raining forever. I know I've been saying this over and over. I don't know. I'm just frustrated more than anything, I think. With all the rain and the snow, even my flower bulbs, they look so just beat down and destroyed. And I've just kind of been enjoying those in the garden because I didn't really plant enough for cut flowers, really. But I don't know. I think they'll be fine. I've been kind of just down anyway with how this season's going. The hardy annuals are way behind. I lost a lot of the hardy annuals when the house flooded back whenever that was, when we got like 9 inches of rain or whatever. What happened is my basement flooded. We got about 16 inches of rain in my basement. And then in addition to that, the whole backyard was about a foot underwater for a couple days, and I lost a lot of my hardy annuals. There's still some hardy annuals hanging on back there, but it's looking rough. I've been avoiding talking about it just because I'm so frustrated with it, but it's one of those things that's just out of your control, and what can you do? And that's one thing that caused me this week. I wrote a blog post about you don't have to be perfect. You don't. Things are never perfect. They're never going to be perfect. I see all these gardening channels. It's like, oh, you have to do it this way. You have to do it that way. Don't you dare do something, blah, blah, blah. And, they put all these, like, just rules and regulations on you, like, you are wrong if you do that. And in the beginning, I started a gardening channel in 2010. Did you guys know that? I've said it. I think I've said it before. But I made about 10 videos back in 2010, and I was really, like, oh, I'm going to start a gardening channel. This will be fun. And I let some person who's still on this website, doing their thing, responding to comments in rude ways, whatever. I know, right? I'm not bitter. I am bitter because there's no reason you should feel like you need to tell people how to garden or how to do something or belittle them because they don't know any better. And at the time, like 20-something-year-old me was like, oh, I guess you're right. I quit. I mean, of course, I had other things going on at the time, but I don't think I would have quit without all the, like, crappy negativity. But you don't have to be perfect. You know what? I've got some Rudbeckia seedlings, probably about 1,000 Rudbeckia seedlings out in the yard right now. And you know what they're growing in? They're growing in a nasty pizza box, okay? And it's not nasty because there's pizza in it or anything, but it's nasty because it's waterlogged and it's been getting rained on and snowed on. But the seedlings are fine. There's about 1.5 inches of dirt in there, and there's seedlings everywhere. And I'm going to transplant those. They're going to grow, and they're going to be absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? They're not going to give a damn that they were started in a pizza box, because it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you have fancy grow lights or if you want to dig through the trash for other people's Coke bottles and do it that way. You can do whatever you want, and nobody can make you feel any less for it, because, sorry, but I'm just really, really tired of it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, look like Martha Stewart's been at your house taking pictures of your beautiful flower garden. That's something I really, really, really want to focus on this year. I want to be more transparent with you guys. I want you guys to see all the ugly stuff that happens too. So that's one of my goals, because I'm tired of having, to put on this like, oh my goodness, things are so perfect. This is so great. That's not who I am. It's never going to be who I am, oh my gosh, this is so great. I just went to Home Depot and spent $7,000 on potted plants. Oh my goodness. It's not what you're going to get here. You have to feel like, you're less than or you're inadequate just because you're in a different situation. And I really do. I firmly believe that. Because, I know from experience, there's a lot of beautiful things that can grow in your yard for just a little bit of money. And I think the positives of, going out and gardening and relaxing and doing something that you really like, the positives are so great. So it's all good. That's really about it for this video slash update slash podcast, I guess. So hopefully it was helpful. I don't think it was helpful. I tried to make a bouquet this week. It didn't end up so great, so I didn't bother to make a video because it was so cold outside anyway. That's chalk that one up to one of my failures that I'm gonna start showing you from now on. I hope y'all are having a real great day. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video. Making new videos on the regular. When you subscribe, hit the bell. Who knows if you'll be able to get my new videos if you don't hit the bell. Be sure to tell a friend, all that good stuff if you want to. Trying to grow the channel, trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of the year. Honestly, don't think it's going to happen. But I hope the weather is warm where y'all are. And I hope y'all are having a real great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.